Hello everybody and welcome to another video on the Pole Position YouTube channel. In this video we are going to be previewing round 2 of the 2021 F1 season, and round 2 is taking place at the classic circuit of Imola. Yes, we saw it come back in the sort of revised calendar last season, but it has come back for the 2021 season as well. We've been looking forward to the second race of the season simply because we've had such a long break since Bahrain. It has been 3 weeks since that race took place. So it's back talking about an actual race taking place this weekend. A lot of talking points to look at, so without further ado, let's get into the video. The main talking point is going to be Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton. Are they going to make it round 2 at Imola? I think hopefully that's exactly what we're going to see. Obviously, we might see Sergio Perez and Valtteri Bottas also battling it out as well, and hopefully all four of them are in the mix. But we're expecting it's going to be Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen mainly. Sergio Perez might have a bit more chance this time round, simply because he had the issues that he did in the sort of build up to the first race last time round, and had to start at the back of the grid. So yeah, hopefully we see a bit more from Sergio Perez in terms of actually fighting at the top, and again, hopefully we just see more from Valtteri Bottas, because we didn't really see that in Bahrain. I think that slow pit stop really sort of hampered him in his race. But yeah, I think obviously we saw glimpses of Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen mainly at the end of the race in terms of battling it out, and we got a little taster of could we have this for the remainder of the season. I think only time will tell, but I think if we see it in round 2 of the second race in Imola, then again, I think that's more to be hopeful of for the remainder of the year, because obviously it is the longest season that we've had. Yeah, like I said, we have seen glimpses, but difficult circuit for Imola last year for Red Bull, because Max Verstappen did crash out, and I think Alex Albon didn't do that well in the race either. Lewis Hamilton came first, Valtteri Bottas came second, so Mercedes won 2 last year. And they made it a great result in Bahrain as well. So with Lewis Hamilton winning when we all thought it looked like Red Bull were going to sort of dominate the first race weekend of the season. So yeah, Lewis Hamilton has been saying in his press conferences before the build up to the race that nothing's really changed in terms of Mercedes' approach for this weekend. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I think actually, as much as people are talking about Red Bull being the better team, who won the first race weekend? Mercedes and Lewis Hamilton. So I think he's exactly right. If it's not broke, don't try and fix it. And I think Mercedes are still in a very comfortable position, even though it looks like Red Bull have the actual faster car at the start of the year. So yeah, hopefully we are going to see Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton round 2 at Imola. Fingers crossed. Yeah, and another point is it's another track for the new cars and maybe some of the new drivers in different teams, just to get used to again in terms of preparation for the season. We obviously had Bahrain. The testing was taking place in Bahrain, so they probably had enough of that circuit by the end of the race on the Sunday. So Imola, completely new track, different sort of track in terms of its corners and sort of the speeds as well. I think it's sort of a completely different circuit really to Bahrain, and in terms of the runoff area as well, there just simply isn't much at Imola, and it's all gravel. So again, completely different layout. So hopefully the teams can get a sort of lowdown on how well the cars are this season, and any tweaks that they might need going into the future. Mercedes will be looking to use all that practice time, even though they won the first race, simply because they know they're a little bit behind Red Bull. So any chance that they can get out in practice, even though it's only a shorter time of an hour now on a Friday, it's still going to be important to them. I know it's important to all teams, but Mercedes in particular, who do still look like the second best team on the grid, they might come out with a few upgrades and actually absolutely blow the rest of the field away. Who knows? I mean, it's Mercedes, so it's possibly likely that's going to happen. But yeah, just keep an eye out for that. And another point is, will we see the underperformers in Bahrain actually come back and prove us wrong? I'm mainly looking at AlphaTauri and Aston Martin, and I bet a lot of people are thinking, why are you putting in AlphaTauri in the same category? Because Aston Martin did have a bit of a stinker. Lance Stroll was in 10th with just 1 point for the team. Sebastian Vettel had a bit of a mare in his debut race for them as well, but AlphaTauri did score some points with Yuki Tsunoda. but I would put AlphaTauri in that category for the time being, simply because I felt like that was a much better car for the result that they got in Bahrain. So hopefully, for me, they did underperform with the car that they had. We saw over testing, it looked fantastic. Pierre Gasly looked really good in practice and in qualifying as well. Yuki Tsunoda put in some good laps in qualifying, but it just didn't amount to anything in the race. Pierre Gasly obviously lost his front wing in the first few laps after the safety car at the beginning of the race. And yeah, sort of I think got floor damage and couldn't sort of get back up the leaderboards for the rest of the race. So yeah, AlphaTauri for me did underperform in that race, so hopefully we see a lot better from them, and I'm expecting them to be battling the likes of Ferrari and McLaren this season. So yeah, they'll be looking for another better race. And in terms of Aston Martin, I think they just looked like they struggled throughout, like I said, with Lance Stroll only getting a point. And having Mercedes parts, it is great, but when it looks like the higher rake system's working well this season compared to what the Mercedes is doing, having more parts of Mercedes doesn't look great for Aston Martin, and they maybe don't have the big resources and the big budget that Mercedes do. I know the cost caps come in, but still Mercedes will have the higher budget finishing first. So I think it's going to be a little more difficult than we thought when obviously all the cars were launched and everything looked great and rosy for Aston Martin. I think it will be a little bit difficult for them. I think they will progress and they still will fight, hopefully by the end of the season, alongside McLaren and Ferrari and possibly AlphaTauri. But I think it will be a little bit more difficult. Alpine are bringing an upgrade package to Imola as well, to yield more performance out of that car. So again, they're another one that are looking to try and make progress. So keep out. I'm still thinking that midfield battle will be a huge one to look out for this season. But yeah, underperformers, AlphaTauri and Aston Martin. Let's hope they perform a little bit better this race weekend at Imola. And yet, they're just some of my main points to look forward to at the Imola Grand Prix. I will be doing a race watch along with Jamie Davis on the Let's Talk Sport YouTube channel, so I will leave a link in the description for that, so go and check us out. And of course, we will be doing a podcast review on this channel, as well as say winners and losers of the race weekend as well, which I'll be doing a video out. So yeah, please watch us on the race watch along, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. It really does mean a lot, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care. See you soon.